Hi, Zuko here. Now it's just me, that girly who sometimes puts out half-assed animations about my characters. I was supposed to make this video like 2 years ago, but it's here now. This video is going to be mostly about my boy, Edmund, my little evil boy who I hate drawing. A few of my older viewers might know who this is. He's been through a lot of changes, and I mean a lot. But seeing as he used to be a human ripoff of Nightmare Sans, I think he looks pretty good now. I think he looks pretty okay now. Enjoy the speed paint of me struggling while you listen. Now let's get on to the lore. The first of his many appearances or drawings of mine that I've done are on Twitter. There aren't many, but I was able to pull them out. As you can see, and will see, he's had quite a few changes through the years, but a few things have stayed the same, such as his skin color, his eyes, and that fuck-ass bob. That vibe head, man. Most of his appearances do come from my YouTube channel, though, which you are currently on. Most of them come from my animations that I used to do. I will now go through each of my old videos and explain the lore that was going on then, but it's not the same now. His first ever real appearance on the channel was from the Get Money meme a little over 4 years ago. And it seems like the story was just being evil and fire. 2 out of 10. Then there was the Proto Disco meme where it only shows his eyes, but I guess I forgot he lost an eye. I mean, 3 out of 10. It looks okay. I don't remember the lore. I think it was part of the arc of hating Ace the Pig, and I think this is where Abel comes in, of being his stepkid and the runaway mom. Next was the incident animation. This is when I started slowly changing stuff to make myself feel better about stealing his concept. I changed up his story a bit, so instead of an apple, it was a potion he had bought. 3 out of 10. He gets some hair. Next was the help animation. I think a recurrence of the incident animation. It's the same really, but I did flesh out the style design for him. 4 out of 10. Next was the virtual soul meme, something I actually put real work in at the time. Something, evil with sweet wife. 2 out of 10, that fuck-ass Bob. Then there was the Nomedia animation meme, where it was supposed to be fleshed out that he had been bullied, and in this, I guess he had wings that got ripped out, and then his girlfriend gave him hers, and then they got ripped out again. And that was the thing that sent him over the edge, but not the first wings. I think I wrote a story about this on Wattpad. 5 out of 10. I like this animation. Next was the Siestor animation, where he gets a single shot. I think at the time I started to see him less as stolen and more fleshed out to his own thing, and now there's a church involved because I like that, I guess. I guess he still has a brother that's older than him and is evil. 3 out of 10. Then there was the Nowhere King animation. It was just a bullshit animation of him transforming. 2 out of 10. Next was the Ankazone meme where he shakes his flat ass with his wife. I mean, shake that flat ass. Next was the selection meme, where it's supposed to show how he got rid of everything from his past. I have no clue. Something about AUs, how she's always with him, or he always tracks her down. 3 out of 10. The fuck his hair's back. Next was the comfort chain animation. Another one set in the past, and how the Mary Sue is amazing and sticks by him. 5 out of 10. It's cute and all, but what's with the constant circle heads and the fuck ass hair? Next is the kerosene meme where I think she dies and he's supposed to bring her back to life. I don't know if that's him. But that fuck-ass hair says it. 3 out of 10. Animation was okay. Next was the There For You and Me music video. It was a somewhat lazy one, but a cute one. His character was all muddied, but it was about 2 abused people learning to love each other. 5 out of 10. And now here's a quick round where he's in every animation I ever make with that fuck-ass hair. There was the bang animation, enough said there. Then the incision, where he was on acid and having a panic attack. Then the next one, another panic attack with his future self, or turning into his future self. Then messages from the stars, where he's in love. Then break us all, half-ass animation, to say 2 parts of one whole maybe something with power. Next with the Gokuraku animation, here comes the Madoka face platter. I like it. Something about evil brother and turning evil, 7 out of 10. I like the butterfly. Then there was the 2-time animation. That was a request. That his wife was going to run away and leave the baby with him. Then Loka, to show he was evil. I don't know. Big ass forehead like a bitch. And then it started to slow down, still showing the same points though. Lianifer was an animation that was somewhat half-assed. About him trespassing to go get his now remarried wife who is married to a Minecraft piglin named Ace. He stabs him, trying to get him to stop, and then was killed, I guess, but he was alive. Dark Red was about his anxiety about his wife leaving, I think because he was a murderer. I don't know, but it shows his scarred up hands, and was kind of ironic for him. We Adore Her animation was about his loving wife. Then there was the Rini animation. I think it was a travel back to more nightmare times. And I guess she was dating everybody, or at least had relationships with them, and her crushes, and had a baby with someone. The Blade animation was just him being evil and having a 5 head, oh my god. And then we don't see him for a while, because we focus on the MC's abuse. Into Game was an animation about his other son, who wasn't abandoned, coming to kill him for hurting his mom. I think she was a god at this point or something, or had godlike powers. And then we don't see him for about a year until I posted the EU Sum animation where he's got a full rehaul of who he is until now. Some of his new lore is he's still evil, but in less of that super villain kind of, instead of that super villain kind of way, instead of that mentally ill, really needs help kind of way. He's got an older brother, fuck ass hair still, and he's still missing an eye, but he isn't technically a clone anymore. His whole thing now is he's a prince with cursed hair and cursed eyes, quote unquote, and is tormented by others. And then he sees the MC, who is a priestess by now, and then turns yandere and gets kicked out for almost assaulting her. He roams around a bit, builds an army, makes friends, and almost gets assaulted himself, and then comes back and tries to kill his family for some reason. It sounds somewhat the same, but I promise it's different, at least in my head. But I guess until I kill him, he will always be my little ripoff. That is all for now until I decide to draw him some more or get off my ass and finally animate for once. Enjoy the rest of the speed paint, and feel free to ask anything in the comments.